But zoom out a little and the challenges get bigger. It's not about one job or one day anymore. It's about the pace of the work and the expectations, the pressure to keep everything moving. And in a lot of cases, what's happening behind the scenes isn't always fully understood.
I would say one thing that's challenging is parts and logistics. So I had a truck that I ordered parts from the body manufacturer for a truck. Got the parts in. One of the 3 parts was wrong, but you can't install the other 2 because the first one is wrong. So that's something that, people need to understand. We can order parts, say they estimated ETA is a Monday, but the part cannot show up till Wednesday. So that puts us in a bind with the customer because, hey, we thought Monday, we're going to schedule it for Tuesday. No, we got the part Wednesday, we're going to have to schedule it for Thursday or Friday. And then just, stuff just comes up. You'll have tire issues, you can have a flat tire, you could have different things. So there's just lots of logistical things that will come up that will make our job very challenging as technicians. Weather. You could have a day where you could be working in straight downpour rain or hail or something like that. The weather's bad. That will cause you to work slower or have to reschedule or take too long to get to the customer. So those are the challenges we face, and also with technology. So technology is good, but technology could also face challenges when you have apps freeze, different things like that, that will cause the technician to get frustrated.
I think the challenge is, there is a big competition out there. Pay is probably a big area. Some technicians feel they're undervalued for their job. But I think you're seeing a trend where a lot of people are investing in the facilities and people. So it's really the challenges for a technician. Make sure you're providing the training. The trucks today are getting more and more complex. If you look at electrification, automation, you look at automatic braking systems, tire inflation systems are now starting to come out, extended life on the oils. They need to be aware of how everything plays together. They need to be trained on it properly. So work with your manufacturers to provide training and make sure you're investing in your people so they feel professional about their job and are aware of it.
There's a lot going on that with technicians that they face every day trying to fix something with all the technical stuff. Sometimes they have to reach out to, if they're at a dealer or something, sometimes they have to reach out to a technical engineer for assistance, because with the electronics, it can be difficult to fix items that you got to pinpoint what's going on. Sometimes you got to reach out to them for help. And again, that takes extra time communicating back and forth with them, doing things. It's costly when you go to get that education. That's another thing. It's the tooling that most techs have to work to provide. It can add up.
The newer vehicles are becoming a lot more complex. The automotive industry is always expanding and testing new things and new technology. That's the only way to really move forward. So that is on top of, the previous generations. You have to learn the new procedures, new equipment, new technology on the newer vehicles. If you're a good, competent tech, which everybody should be, you're always going to want to learn more. You have to learn, what you're working on, your product. So you're basically always figuring out something new all the time. The mental and physical stress that the job can have goes, the mental part that goes along with the new tech and being motivated. You can, like I said earlier, you can get in your own head and make it a bad day, but relying on a positive outlook to because you're not going to get anywhere with a bad attitude going into working on something new. So the mental aspect of it is equally as important, especially with physical strength too, because everything's getting heavier. Especially with EV stuff, get a lot more dangerous too. So those are things to think about.
I feel we should be paying more attention to retention and technician appreciation. After we recruit and then we get them into our building, I feel like a lot of companies have a tendency to kind of forget about the technician themselves. Through mentorships and different appreciation programs that we can incentivize technicians to retain their position and want to continue working for our companies and stay in this industry.